And Rich Trapper tapping in, TNN Trap News Network. You feel me?
Rich Trapper.
The homie wanted you to whitelist this shit too.
Who?
Rich Trapper.
Rich Trapper?
He be reacting to your shit.
Studio, Rich Trapper tapping in TNN Trap News Network. We back in the same, like, cracking the same, man. Make sure y'all like and subscribe for more of this good content we got going on here at TNN Trap News Network. Good news you can use. Good knowledge-ito. You can't get in nobody's college-ito. Get into that if you ain't got into that. Yeah, feel me? Get into that if you ain't got into that. Tap in with the tap in with the tap in with the tap in with the tap inning 10. You know the deal. Y'all know the deal, man. Make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe for all this good content we got going on here at TNN Trap News Network. Good news you use. Good knowledge you can't nobody college-ito. Big dog. Make sure you tap in with the tap in. When you tap in all the way in, man. Make sure y'all get into that if you ain't got into that. Hit that subscribe button. Become part of the Trap Mafia. Hit that notification real top. It all tap in for the latest and the greatest what we got going on here at TNN Trap News Network. News you can use. Knowledge, you can't get nobody's college-ito, big dog. Hit that description button right there. Become part of the Rich Trapper Mafia and make sure that you are never missing out on what we have going on. But when you hit that description button, you can follow the new page, Pagington. When we get to 5,000 subscribers on our new page, we're going to give away $100. Dollars, y'all. Dollar bills, y'all. Ha, get into that. You ain't got into that. We finna jump into this content, man. We got Marlon Wayans sending a message to Vlad TV after she, ooh. Hey, now. All right. Chopstick. Marlon Wayans sent a message to Vlad TV after an insane interview with Shannon Sharpe. Remember that Marlon Wayans told Vlad he wanted $40,000 for an interview and 30% of the revenue the interview would make. That was worth it. Vlad felt that Marlon Wayans wasn't worth it. He went to Shannon Sharpe. His demands were met, and they got Chiliana. Marlon Wayans is giving Vlad a aha moment. We finna get into this content without no further do's or don'ts. Let's get into it. Let's go.
No kid smooth in here, right? So whatever you say,
you know, Chid's gonna have everything up there.
Whatever you say, Chid's gonna be on YouTube with it, man.
Even if someone is a legend, what is an interview with them worth? Not how you would feel emotionally, but what would the cost be to get them to sit down with you? Recently, Vlad and Marlon Wayans had this discrepancy in public. Vlad wanted an interview. Marlon had a number and stipulations, like percentages of the profits forever. But Vlad disagreed. But not only would Vlad disagree, he would go on to different interviews, bringing up Marlon's number, trying to belittle his name and worth to a platform like DJ Vlad. But recently, Marlon Wayans sat down with Shannon Sharpe to do an interview that has surpassed over 1.5 million views within 24 hours.
Huge shout out to Marlon Wayans and Shannon Sharpe. If you have not watched that entire interview on Club Shay Shay, make sure you get into it, man. I definitely did. I put my headphones on. I cut the grass. I trimmed the hedges. I did the little edging and all that kind of stuff while I listened to it. It was amazing. Amazing. Make sure you tap in with it, man. Marlon Wayans did his 1-2 step like Sierra.
Did Vlad make a mistake? What's up, y'all? It's your man Talker's Road Report for the Chick Smooth channel. We gotta talk about this. Vlad does not believe that Marlon Wayans is worth $40,000 and revenue share for an interview by saying averaging 300,000 views does not warrant a $40,000 paycheck. Someone would respond to Vlad agreeing with him, saying Marlon interviews are great, but for business, that would be really stupid. Vlad will respond saying if Jimmy Kimmel had paid Marlon $40,000 for that interview, he would have had a $39,500 loss, LOL. Which highlights his main point. It's not whether the interview...
So he said that Jimmy Kimmel should have only given Marlon Wayans $500. Vlad is a disrespectful vulture of the culture.
...be great. It's whether there's a return on that investment. Marlon will also respond to a supporter saying, Marlon, you a good one, because Vlad would have to pay me $500,000 for an interview and 55% of all revenue made from the video on all platforms. Now, I don't know who this person is, but that's a ridiculous ask for just about anybody in the world. But Marlon will see that and reply, see, I tried to tell him I was giving him a deal. Oh well, shrug emojis. Then Vlad will see that and post receipts saying, Marlon Wayans found someone with 200 followers to agree with him. LOL. Nobody on earth is going to pay Marlon $40K for an interview when he gets 100K to 300K views on any platform he interviews on. This guy is really delusional. With that tweet...
So DJ Vlad tried his best to be a colonizer. DJ Vlad tried his best to be just a dickhead, bro. There's no political correct way to put it. Just to be a fucking nasty, dirty, grimy dickhead disgusting motherfucker and tear down Marlon Wayans only to find out that this nigga's a fucking legend and he don't need nothing to stand on but himself and his accolades. The Wayans family in its own is a brand. Their last name as a family is a brand. Nigga, they're born rich. Literally. The Wayans are born rich. Vlad, you could have never in your million years dying and coming back in reincarnation accomplished individually what Marlon has accomplished individually, let alone with the Wayans family's entire as accomplished in the totality as an entire family. You should be happy. You should be ready. You should be willing to give Marlon Wayans and all that kind of, like, bro, this is a nigga. Yeah, like, Marlon Wayans is up there. If this was a rapper, Marlon Wayans would be up there with Pac. If Pac was a comedian, he'd be up there with Marlon Wayans. Like, that nigga is fucking comedy royalty. If only even in the, well, first of all, white America acknowledges it too, but only if in the black community, but that matters directly to you, Vlad, because that's who you pander your audience to. Like, what are you talking about, my nigga?
Vlad will post 3 Marlon Wayne interviews, Jimmy Kimmel, Breakfast Club, and The Daily Show, which proves his point averaging 100 to 300K. But does that mean that's what would have happened if Marlon would have went to Vlad? With how close he was to Tupac and how embedded him and his family has been in the entertainment industry for 30 years. But Marlon saw that tweet and said, "You mad? You unprofessional, my guy. If you don't like the number, keep it moving. You look bad."
Hey, and then that's how these dudes do. All professionalism goes out the window, but then they want to holler to be professionals. All professionalism goes out the window when they get in their little feelings, they get in their little emotions. They're trying to prove a point. They're trying to humiliate somebody. They're trying to embarrass somebody, only to come around looking fucking stupid. The Shay Shay interview did 1.5 tickets, 24 hours, bro.
You should fall back. Mad at a black man stating his number, and now you go public and use your platform to try to drag.
And it's crazy though, bro, because that's just like, if you notice, only the white people in our space do that. And Flacco, of course, but Flacco's a colonizer, and that's who he models himself after, is by his, his white masses. We know that. But only the white people in our industry do that. Black people don't do that to each other. That's something that I noticed. Adam 22 make them kind of plays. Vlad make them kind of plays. Elliot Wilson makes those kind of plays. Only the white people in our culture who are guests within our culture, who are not homeowners in our culture, who are not landowners in our culture, who are renting space within our culture, make those type of whatever. You feel me? Flacco, how are you a fat African with white privilege? That's wild.
I never in my life dealt with this silly negotiating tactic, because by and large, that's all it is. Vlad is using his public platform to diminish Marlon Wayne's possible price, but Vlad will respond saying, "Not mad at all. I find all this amusing because you really think that you're worth 40K for an interview. I said there's nobody on earth that will pay you that, and I have yet to be proven wrong. Throwing out a stupid number for an interview is unprofessional, my guy, because your interviews don't even make 5% of that on every platform you do. And bringing up race when there's no mention of it throughout all our discussions show how."
And that be the thing right there, where the white people act like they don't want to get it. Oh, they get it, but they don't want to get it. Where they don't want to get it is when they start acting like they're not a guest in someone's home, and they start saying little things and playing in their white boy ways that black people don't get, that black people don't play in. That's white culture. That's not black culture. You're not talking to them in a way that two people who come from the hip hop industry or come from this black media space industry, or even in Marlon Wayans' case, let's stop minimizing him into a black space, but to a global space, because that's Marlon fucking Wayans. Communicate, bro. You're not communicating like a Hollywood executive. You're not communicating like a hip hop or anything like that executive. You're not communicating like none of that, bro. All you're doing is being the weird white guy in the room who's mad because he couldn't get what he wanted. And like he said, the black man stood up for what he wanted and what he felt was right. And now you have an attitude and an issue with it. You can't really even articulate why you're so mad, but all you know to do is be a fucking dickhead because your white fear is being overshadowed now by your white privilege that didn't work. What are we talking about?
Man, you really are. Marlon would see that and reply, "So yes, this has become about race. You trying to turn this into a crabs in a barrel. I see your angle now. I watch you play your hand. You want us to talk crazy, beef and tear each other down while you sit back and make money. Meanwhile, you don't even show your face." Vlad will quickly respond, "Not only do I show my face, but when I do interviews on the same platform as you, more than twice as many people watch. Here are the actual views when we did the Breakfast Club."
Nobody's ever sat down and said, hey, let's listen to what DJ Vlad has to say about DJ Vlad. DJ Vlad has a successful platform because he goes on his platform and speaks about other people. Nobody's actually interested in the story of DJ Vlad. Nobody cares about the story of DJ Vlad. People care about the people who DJ Vlad speaks to. Nobody gives a damn about the day-to-day ins and outs of what DJ Vlad has going on. Come on, bro.
Apart. You reached your peak 20 years ago and have been on a decline ever since. There's nothing wrong with that. But
He reached his peak 20 years ago and has been on a decline ever since. Meanwhile, Don't Be a Menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood plays on every urban station across America. Meanwhile, the Wayans brothers is in syndication. Meanwhile, Living Color is in syndication. Meanwhile, Scary Movie is still going around being showed on TV programs and screenings and movie festivals all over the world, bro. What the fuck are you talking about? That man's pinnacle has never stopped. You reach your peak 10 years ago. You reached your peak 10 years ago. That nigga's still peaking. That nigga's still peaking. The Wayans brothers is on TV right now. That nigga is making money off of a show made before my kids have never even known a new episode of the Wayans brothers. Never. And they're still making chili off of this right now. Marlon Wayans is constant royalties, mailbox money. What do you mean he reached his peak? He's still going strong. What the fuck are you talking about, Vlad? But that goes right there to show that Vlad had nothing to say but insults. Marlon never diminished the platform. Marlon never said what Vlad was or what Vlad wasn't and nothing like that. All Vlad could do is go to immediate disrespect. Immediate disrespect, because that's all the culture vultures and the colonizers have, bro. Is the immediate just going into some little bullshit disrespect. Like, bro, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? What the fuck are you talking about? Vlad, yeah, you might be worth 10 million, but you made that 10 million off the sweat off these niggas' backs. Hard ERs, as you like to call them, big dog. Hard ERs.
Seem to think that this is still 2004. I've been dropping facts with actual numbers this entire time, and all you can do is play the lame race card in response. So keep looking in the mirror.
Imagine a white guy telling a black guy playing a race card is the lame race card. That's everything that needs to be said right there.
Lying to yourself about who you think you are. The numbers don't back it up. And that would be the end of civil negotiations, as Marlon Wayans will start with the jokes, saying, I see why you don't show your face. It's ugly. That ugly beard don't look real. You look like you're in disguise. It looks like you put it on and off like some Mr. Potato Head. And then Marlon will get some type of serious saying,
let's not forget Marlon Wayans grossed $1 billion.
I'm a legend already, Vlad. My community loves me, but we hate you. F you and that random drum set in the background of that BS set. It's trash. Are you doing your show in a high school music class? Do you have band rehearsals after? And he wouldn't stop there saying, Vlad, I advise you to leave me the F alone. Your platform is beneath me. Period. Now quit begging. I'm gonna make you regret your false accusations about my peak. 33 years in the game, and I'm just beginning. Watch as I burn you like rocket fuel. You a culture vulture. We all know this. And I will tell all my people, don't F with you, period. Don't watch nothing you put out. You feed off dividing and exploiting black people and artists. You are divisive and bad for our community. And then Marlon will show why he believes he's worth being paid for an interview, saying, here's why your platform is beneath me. I am a legend, bro. And that's just the beginning. While showing a picture saying that Marlon Wayans' films have grossed $1.1 billion in domestic box office and nearly $1.8 billion in global box office. And
so, what is 1.14 billion plus 1.8 billion?
It's 2,940,000,000.
2,940,000,000 is what Marlon Wayans has grossed in the box office. 2,940,000,000. What is 2,940,000,000 minus 10 million?
It's 2,930,000,000.
He's still 2,940,000,000 more up than you, Vlad. Imagine you talking bad about numbers with a nigga that's 2,930,000,000 up more than you. Crazy.
Before he sat with Shannon Sharp, Marlon Wayans would tweet out, Black men, stay away from Vlad. He a fed. Listen to his interviews. He's trying to pit us up against each other. He's starting beefs in our community and informing at the same time. This is not an interview, it's an interrogation. It would have been a $40,000 investigation if Vlad would have accepted it, but he didn't. So Marlon went to Club Shay Shay and Shining Sharp to tell stories about his life and how impactful his family has been in entertainment. Like how In Living Color was so successful the day of the Super Bowl that the next year, the Super Bowl created the halftime and invited Michael Jackson just to steal their crowd back from In Living Color. Or how the karma around Harvey Weinstein developed on his own without Marlon or his family ever having to take any type of retribution from having their ideas stolen from the
Remember, Harvey Weinstein stole Scary Movie from Marlon Wayans. Remember, the show In Living Color did better numbers than the fucking Super Bowl one year. Yeah, Living Color came on at the same time as the Super Bowl one year, and more people watched The Living Color. Yeah, that happened. Harvey Weinstein stole from the Wayans family, and look at how that ended for bro. Come on, man.
Company. And how NBC didn't want John Witherspoon because he was too ghetto, and how as a family they stood up for what they believed in and didn't take the extra money from Fox while they were broke. So having principle stands is not a new thing for Marlon Wayans or the Wayans family. And as the success of the Marlon Wayans sit down with Shannon Sharp continues, he would post on Instagram saying, "Someone once laughed at a Marlon Wayans 1.4 million views in 24 hours. That I could only pull 300K views. I guess the juice is worth the squeeze. Wild Child Tour, get your tickets." He would continue sending another sub at Vlad saying, "1 million views in 10 hours. Checkmate. A gentleman's game." Who do you think is right in the situation? Do you think...
Nigga, we know who's right in the situation. Marlon fucking Wayans. Vlad is wrong as 2 left feet walking in a circle on a prostitute in church begging for forgiveness right before she go turn a trick. Red dots to the left, you know the rest. Free having angel, so he's free. We go.